All right, I've got Ryan Ross on the phone. He is the frontman of Ryan Ross and the Y-Town Syndicate. How you doing today, buddy?
Good, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get started in the local music scene?
Well, I kind of just got it started in music. You know what I mean? I went to the Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California, and the LA thing was just not something that was really about me or what I wanted to do. So I decided to come home, and I wrote our record "Last House on the Block," which I'm sure you'll talk about. But anyway, and then I just surrounded myself with the best musicians I possibly could to play on it. Mike Bransky from the House Band played on it. Chip Ayers played on the record. A lot of the best in Youngstown are a part of it. So that was my plan, and then just get out and get playing. Everywhere. Youngstown, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Alaska, Antarctica, I don't care, wherever. Just show out and just go play, and the rest is kind of just history.
Now, how exactly did the Y-Town Syndicate get together?
Well, I made the record first, and then I built the band around it. Just found guys who were, just wanted to play. And I'm really excited now because the band is probably real close to being the best it's ever been with the guys that have been in it, So, it's a situation now where I'm really excited to get back into a studio with these guys and actually use my band to record, the next EP or record or whatever we're going to do. So, it was just, Bill Nelson, my drummer, I met him during the recording process. He recorded our first song, and he's been in the band ever since. Adam Shuptake's my right-hand man, my guitar player. He just kind of came on, and it just became something that was, he just wanted to be a part of it and became a huge part of it. I don't know if I could do it without him. And then we got Colin Schott, who was actually just a kid that I knew from town that played guitar, actually, but, he was a pretty instrumental guy. He knew music pretty well, so he switched to bass. And then just recently, we got a kid named Nick Frank who has played Hold No Breath in Youngstown, and he's just a kid. He's 19, but he's a monster too. So I feel like I'm really surrounded by the best team I've had probably since the band came out. And it's just the point now where we have this record's already a year old coming up here, and so now it's going to be exciting to see what we can do with them.
So what's the next step? Do you plan on recording again real soon?
Yeah, we're going to get out of town, I think. We're going to play, we're trying to say goodbye to Youngstown for a while. I feel like, you read all the posts on that Facebook and stuff like that, and there's just a lot of people in town that just are yelling at each other, and, I try not to get involved with it, but sometimes you just have to, and it's like, we're trying to get out of Youngstown. Being the biggest band in Youngstown is great. We want to be the biggest band from Youngstown ever, and that's kind of our mentality. So we're probably going to go out to Indiana. We're playing out there. We actually leave on next Thursday. We're going to be 4 days out there. And then, there's all kinds of stuff in the works, a lot of stuff we're playing. A lot of it's money, too, though. It's a game, but it's also a business. So, what we would like to do and what we can do, we're just trying to get those two things on the same page a little bit.
You've been somewhat vocal in the whole argument of cover bands versus original bands. You haven't been as vocal as some other people. I didn't get a chance to read some of the newest stuff that was posted recently. But what's your take on that whole argument?
I'm gonna settle this once and for all as how Ryan Ross and the Y-Town Syndicate feels about cover bands. We have no quarrel with cover bands. I have none whatsoever. I think anybody who plays music and they want to play music, that's fine. However, my problem comes when people walk around in cover bands like they're actually Motley Crue, or Bon Jovi or Poison or whoever. It's like, it's one thing to play other people's music and then, and then mimic their image to a point where, you kind of get wrapped up in the delusion of being them. And it's another thing to just play people's music and have fun doing it. And I think that so long as, the ones that I always have had quarrel with are the ones that take themselves too seriously. And it's just a frustrating thing for me because, I didn't get into this for any of that stuff. I don't need to be famous. I don't need any of that. And the fact that your integrity to the craft and what I've chosen to play music with my life. This isn't my weekend hobby. I play I did 149 dates last year. This is how I make my money. This is how I keep electricity on. Keep the phone calls from coming. And like when you disrespect the integrity of that is where I have an issue with it. But that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? Like I have no quarrel with people playing covers. Go make your money playing covers. That's great. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. It's just the fact that when you walk around with this holier than thou attitude, you got to understand that most of the people are coming to these bars to hear the songs you're playing, not the band that's playing them. So
see, and I don't see a whole lot of that in Youngstown. I've seen it from some of these tribute acts that tour nationally. Yeah, like they think they're Aerosmith or they think they're Led Zeppelin, but I don't see a whole lot of that in town.
Well, I don't think it's on that big of a level. But like original bands and cover bands, it's the war is old as time. No one wants to play original bands because original bands, probably 90% of original bands can't fill bars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's just my opinion. And like I've said this before in different things. It's like I can cook a hamburger on the grill, but I wouldn't call myself a chef. You understand what I mean? And like
absolutely.
I wouldn't. And, like, a lot of times just because you write a bunch of songs and you want to be an original band, and don't get pissed off if other people don't like them. You're supposed to be doing that for you anyway, And then, everybody wants to be compensated. Go earn your money.
Exactly.
Like, go earn it. Go play for a door. Go play for, I don't know, go play for a bar that's going to give you a slide on how much the money's going to go. Go in for the lowest rate you can. And then hope that it gets better to where they'll give you more. And 90% of bars will work with you that way, to a point now where both the Y-Town Syndicate and myself both get guarantees everywhere we go. But we did that working with bar owners. It's not hard.
And I think all of us as musicians, we've done free shows. We've done tons of free shows.
Yeah, I play for free when I feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take a whole lot for me to give something away, charity-wise, just because that's who I am as a person. But yeah, I mean, like, free has got to be to the discretion of the artist. You know what I mean? Like, I think the artists get pissed off when people like bar owners assume that you're going to play it for free.
Yeah.
That's where I think they get mad. But like, I think that like we have a benefit we're going to do. I think the 13th or whatever of February for my friend who's a cricket who just got diagnosed with breast cancer. Of course, I'm going to play that for free because you know what? She's put dollars in my tip cup every time I played there all summer. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
You got to give it back.
Yeah.
It's just a situation that if you want people to take you seriously, you can't always do it for free.
Yeah, and I do Macabre Fest. This will be our second year. And the bands are donating their time to do this. And, this year we're expecting, at least 1,000 people, especially with how big it's going to be. And, there's no admission to get in. So the bands are donating their time. They're doing it for exposure, basically. And I see nothing wrong with that because I'm not making money off of it. When I did this last year, I actually lost money on it. But, it gave the bands an opportunity to play in front of people that they wouldn't have normally played in front of,
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, I kind of got into a point where the last little 6 months of this whole thing here for me, where I'm just done with it, dude. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm done with the music scene drama. I'm just gonna Ryan Ross and the Y-Town Syndicate's just gonna stick to what we do, and we're gonna have people who love us for it, and we're going to have people who don't. And we can understand that. We're mature adults enough to understand and get that point. You know what I mean? Like, these guys can yell at themselves, and they can bitch about bar owners, and they can bitch about not making money, but we are. So it's like, I don't know what to say. You understand what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Call me an asshole. It's fine. But, like, you know what? I don't have to do anything else. So until I have to, I'm just going to keep going my way and let those call us or say what they want because, in the game I'm playing, I feel like I'm winning. So
you guys tend to keep to yourselves anyways. You guys don't get involved in a lot of the drama, and that probably is to your benefit, really.
Well, like, I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan. You know what I mean? And I'll instigate something if I feel there needs to be hype brought to it. But on an overall, let's just post. Like, how many people put, like, how many of these people post some stuff on Facebook where it's like, okay, I make a joke sometimes. I'll write, okay, I'm going to write something random just to get 100 comments. You know what I mean? Like, and they're just fishing for attention. And like, I'm the biggest attention whore on earth. You know me well enough. But like, I want my attention to be for positive things, such as, for our band being professional, for not showing up drunk to shows, for not blowing bar tabs, like not, you know what I mean? Like I want to be professional for what it is, how I was taught to be as a professional in anything. I just chose music,
And you mentioned Crickets a little bit ago. I know you frequent there. What's going on with their situation right now?
Nothing. It's all over. It was a vendetta based on some drainage issues with their driveway going into somebody's yard. It has all been addressed and resolved and taken care of. Crickets is absolutely the best local band bar in Youngstown. It really is. Like, they take such good care of everybody. I mean, it's just, and they, they'll pay and give everyone a chance, and that's what I appreciate most about them.
Wasn't there also an issue, though, with noise ordinance in that area?
No. That's just what the lady used to get everyone all riled up.
Okay.
There's no noise issue there. Yeah, like the cops. See, that's the thing. Like the council kind of looked and they said, "Hey, we can't send this to Columbus because we're going to look like fools. They've never had a violation."
Yeah.
So it's just all typical media stuff. You know how it goes.
And I live close to there. I live over in Struthers, and
right.
I don't notice any noise issues with any of the bars over in that area. So I don't know.
No, it's just someone complaining, man. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's a shame because Crickets is one of those places that supports the local scene, and it's a shame to see somebody try to
Well,
take
it's over now. It's over now. So we'll
good.
see how the summer goes. They're going to close down the patio a little bit, like close it off so the noise doesn't travel as far.
Well,
and then,
good.
So hopefully they can make whoever needs to be happy, and they can just kind of let things be.
So let's talk a little bit about the band. What are some of your biggest musical influences? What's influenced the music
New
that you've
Jersey.
made? What's that?
The whole damn state of New Jersey.
Okay.
Like, I love Bon Jovi. I mean, Springsteen was my mom's favorite, so I grew up with that stuff. And that's very obvious in my whole thing.
I definitely hear a lot of Springsteen when I listen to the Y-Town Syndicate, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Y-Town Syndicate, per se, the live performance is 100% East Street based. You know what I mean? Like the way we do it, like the attitude that we attack it with. I mean, it's realistically like it's a sprint from the first song to the last song. And that always kind of is our mentality, is to just continue to play hard and continue to be moving and doing things that way. And I think that the Y-Town Syndicate's East Street thing is probably more in the live show, I think, than probably the record. The record's probably more Bon Jovi based, or I would say Bryan Adams or something like that, because in my songwriting, that's where I kind of came from. I'm a big Richie Sambora fan and all those guys. So I think that when you see it live, it comes across one way more than it really is. But then again, too, that's probably how I sell it, being a frontman. So again, it's probably all my fault.
Who are some of your favorite bands in the area?
Bands in the area. Well, I like. Here you go. I'm going to go straight off the jump. I love the house band. I mean, they're my guys. I mean, they're good friends.
They've been around forever, too.
Oh, they're great.
Great band.
I like the house band a lot. I really like Full Moon Canoe. Like, their new thing it's a work in progress, but it's coming. Like, they're going to be back swinging. I like them a lot. They were cool. I like the Hawkeyes a lot. They're from Pittsburgh. They're probably my favorite right now, but they play up here semi-frequently. So.
I've seen them once. They're really good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Me and Jay are pretty tight, so I like them a lot. We played with Amnesty. We played with River Zone's a band we played with a lot. There's a lot of kids that are playing. That's why it gets frustrating when you read those Facebook posts about you not supporting the scene. I'm not supporting the scene. I did 149 dates last year. That doesn't leave me a lot of time to go out and see other bands. And truth be told, on the days that I'm off, I have a hard time going to bars anymore. You know what I mean? Just to hang out, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's hard, but I've let a lot of students of mine, because I teach guitar at Modders Music. I let a lot of my students come up and play, and their first gig was my show. You know what I mean? And and do stuff like that. So it pisses me off because a lot of people don't know anything about what we are actually doing, but want to come out and the first thing they say is, I've been to 4 of your shows and you haven't been to any of mine. Well, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sorry. And there's probably some of this stuff too, is that, like, you know, a lot of times, like, you know, a lot of these people play music that's a lot louder than what I play. You know what I mean? And it's just stylistically stuff that's just not my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see you hanging out at a Woodside Manor show. You know,
No,
it seems like it's a little bit heavier than what you're into. But you still support them, though, you know?
100%. Listen, dude, I want everybody to win. You know, nobody wins unless everybody does. You know? And, like, but the thing about it is, for me, is I don't have a lot of time to overly concern myself on what they're doing to win. You know, like, yeah, I'm pretty good friends with some restaurant owners in town. You know, I've been blessed, you know, to just surround myself with people that make me want to be better. You know, and I really appreciate that. And, like, you know, one of them owned a restaurant up by the Lube when it opened, and I asked him, I was like, you worried about the Lube coming in here? You know, because there are wings and chicken and sports bar and all that stuff too. And he's like, not at all. I'm like, really? He goes, no, I focus on what I do. I'm not going to concern myself with what other people do. And, you know, if I make the best that I can make, then there's enough room for all of us. And that's kind of my opinion, too. Like, I mean, I want everyone to be successful, you know? I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the YMAs because I just thought I think that their intention was good, but their execution was poor. You know, but, like, you know, we got nominated for one. I didn't turn one down. I don't hate on people. I don't really understand where that comes across, that that's my attitude. You know what I mean? Like, I want everyone to win. You know, it just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, and the execution is something that could be improved on in future years, you know. I've talked to Kermit, and he's got some great ideas for what he wants to do with the future.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like, I think that I didn't care about winning a YMA last year, and I just don't know if it's just something that's on my priority list this year either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get out of Youngstown, bro. Like, I'm trying to get the Y-Town syndicate on a more regional level. You know, we're trying to, you know, and it's damn near impossible.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, I mean, how many emails do you send out that no one calls back or whatever? So, you know, I mean, like, right now my priorities aren't on Youngstown bullshit. And, like, I'm sorry that it comes across that way, and I'm sorry that it sounds negative, but it's really not. Like, you know, I haven't even seen how many, my phone keeps buzzing in my ears. I'm sure there's notifications going up like crazy, but, like, I'm just not in a situation where, like, it's something that I concern myself with. You know, I want to write another record. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there were just, you know, there were some things that happened, you know, personally that were just more important than music in the last 3 or 4 months. You know, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, not even just other people supporting the scene, like us, like as a band. Like, you know, we had some personal things happen, and you know, and that's all got resolved. And, like, you know, for me, it's just that right now, it's just, you know, I'm over 30. I'm blessed to play music, but I don't know if I can do this forever. So this is it. This is my shot. This has got to get us to the next point. Like, just like the last record got us to this point. It's got to continue to progress that way. And I think that if I go back and continue to comment on past conversations that are over, then am I really moving forward?
Yeah,
so
and
that's my thought.
The future is really what you have to focus on, and you have to focus on your future as a musician and the future for your band as well.
Right. And, you know, and that's really where it comes down to. You know, those cats, and, you know, and the thing about it is that, like, you know, people are like, oh, I've known signed people. I've known people that made it, but they didn't make it. You understand what I mean? Like, they didn't. You know what I mean? So why am I going to sit here and listen to a lot of things other people did that didn't make it? I'm going to just go and try and make it on my own steam and do it my own way. You know, I hear it, I watch it, I see. But, like, you know, if what they were doing worked, they'd be on the radio. They'd be signed, you know, on, you know, whatever channel shows videos anymore. But they're not. They're broke up. They're nothing. You know, they're a broken pencil in study hall. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's gone.
And it's
over.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because they were talented musicians and still are talented musicians. And
well, whatever, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was privileged enough to meet Lee Bryce this summer. And he told me, he was like, look, dude, here's something you got to realize. very, very thin. You know, so everybody's good, and sometimes the best musicians don't make it, and like that's the way it goes. So like, yeah, as good a musicians as they were, I mean, Tom Brady is a good quarterback, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's destined to win the Super Bowl someday.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, like, I don't know if we're destined to do it, dude. I don't have an answer for that. I'm just saying that, like, but right now, like, I just continue to move forward and continue to push, because that's all I know how to do.
So you mentioned you have some shows coming up. You said you're going to be venturing out into Indiana. Any other places you plan on tackling here real soon?
No, not in the next little bit here. We're playing probably in the springtime for sure. See, a couple of my kids still go to school, so you know. I mean, as far as me, I'm playing tonight at Crickets. I'm playing Wednesday at Jack's Bar and Grill in Howland, and I play Saturday at that Rust Belt Brew Pub. And
Okay.
then the band plays. The band leaves for Monty. We're playing at Monty's at Anderson, and another bar somewhere else in Indiana. I'm not 100% sure of the city. Adam booked it for us, but and then, you know, we're probably going to take some time off and just learn some new material.
Are you still there?
You there? Can you hear me?
Hey, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Brandon.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me? I think his phone dropped off. Okay. Your phone dropped off there.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know what happened, but
That's okay.
But yeah, no. So then the band we're gonna play. We're playing out in Indiana, and then we're gonna play at St. Baldrick's over O'Donnell's on St. Patty's Day, which will be a great time.
Well, I'll be there getting my head shaved.
Right on. I can't shave my head. I'm afraid I won't be able to play guitar no more.
I'm afraid mine won't grow back.
Yeah, right.
Get into that.
But yeah, like I said, man, you know, it's just like everything else, dude. Like, you know, I'm just really focused on us, you know, and, you know, I probably should take down every post I put on that thing, but, like, it's just to a point where, like, just go play, people. Like, that's what I did. You know, and, like, I know you can love it or hate it, dude, but math doesn't lie. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if I'm doing 149 dates, what's the most any of those bands are doing? So if you want to be doing 149 dates and you're not, from somebody who has done that, I'm telling you, it's your own fault. You know, because you're looking for something to be given to you. You're looking for some, you know what I mean? Like, play for free when you have to, you know. Don't forsake, you know, don't get pissy over $50 now and forsake man 153 months from now. You know what I mean? Like, don't get greedy and just be professional and go out and play. It's the best advice I got, you know.
Now, you said you guys are planning on writing a new record soon, right?
Yeah. I got about 4 songs done. We're going to do an EP, and then we're going to come out with another record, hopefully. The EP hopefully will be done by the end of the year, and then the record I'll hopefully be writing, and it'll be by the end of summer, and hopefully we'll be started on the record by the end of the year. That's the plan.
What can we expect from the new record? Is there going to be a different sound?
The new EP probably will be a little bit closer to where we are still, but, like, the new record, yeah, I've been into a lot of bands with a lot of street rock, and, you know, and like I got a Hip to the Gaslight anthem. I really like them.
Yeah, they're a good band for sure.
Just darker, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, part of my whole thing is how much, like, you know, I believe the good guys are going to win, but, like, there's also a part of me now that's thinking maybe they're not winning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a situation where I think it's going to be different, but hopefully it'll be around the same vein because, I mean, I am who I am, and, you know, they are who they are. So, I mean, I'm the primary writer, so whatever I guess I'm going through is what the band sounds like, so. That's
good. I really look forward to the new album.
Oh, I appreciate it, Brandon. I appreciate what you're doing, too, man. Like, I'm glad we got to make this happen today, you know? So.
Yeah, me too. I do have to wrap things up, though.
Sure.
I really appreciate you coming on the show, man, even though we kind of got a late start on this.
Hey, man, better late than never, right?
Exactly.
All right, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for everything, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. God bless.
All right.
Bye-bye.